Kumite Radio welcomes the king of Lethwei, the Nomad, Dave Leduc. What's going on?
Hey, how are you guys? Thanks for having me.
Good, man. Recently you were in Yangon for ONE Championship. You met up with now the middleweight and light heavyweight champion, Aung La. How was that experience like getting to meet him and like talking with him and talking about MMA and Lethwei, kind of like combining forces?
Yeah, we've been talking for a while, and we just didn't have the chance to meet because he's in the States, and it just happened that I was in Yangon for meetings for business, and we decided to stay for the first fight. After we spoke. We had some amazing like traditional Myanmar food, and we spoke about um, the growth of MMA in Myanmar, in Asia, and how we can join forces with Lethwei, because we're believing that some people were talking, a lot of people were talking about rumors that we should fight and and we just wanted to stop the rumors and say that the Myanmar MMA champion should be friends, and we should be working together with the Myanmar Lethwei champion. So that's what we did, and now we're talking every day about our ideas, and it's a really exciting times for Myanmar. People that don't know it, used to be in Burma. There's about 55 million people. It's like 20 million more than Canada. I'm from Canada, so it's a huge country with huge potential, and yeah, we're pretty excited. We're moving there next month, actually.
You said you've been making moves and having meetings, and can you kind of go into that a little bit?
Yeah, sure. So like I said, we're moving there next month. So April 1st is going to be like our official move from Phuket to Myanmar. We're a bit on a standstill here. Like training is amazing, but it's just I cannot achieve as much as being based there, and like cost me like $1,000, $2,000 just to go for 2 days to Yangon, just for a meeting. So I don't know how fast it's gonna go, but we have meetings about training centers for having our own Lethwei Promotion. So I mean, without going too much in details, it's just it's gonna explode. In a good way.
You said that you're going to maybe get into the promotion of Lethwei. You as a fighter, are you continuing that aspect, or are you kind of putting that on hold?
But like I spoke with Aung La, I said, you have the belt, you have to defend it, and that's what he said after his speech. I was pretty proud of how he spoke. He handled the pressure well, and he said, I have those belts, I'm going to defend it. And I fought, I have 5 title defense last year, one in 2016, and we fought 5 fights in 2017. So it was a very active. Every 2 months I had a fight, bare knuckle. My hands were like smashed from hitting my bones into their bones, but and this year still we're looking for potential opponents, but I believe I can achieve more for the sport and the country than only fight. I still have I still have the fight in me, but like when I spoke with my wife, I have 3 titles, I have 3 belts. I don't need 20 or 10 or 100 to be complete, to be happy. My goal was to be world champion. I did it. Now it's just gravy. It's just bonus every time I fight and I defend the belt. But one thing's for sure, that I can defend it many times, but I will retire with the belt.
WLC, you have some beef with them, on how they're trying to change the sport of Lethwei from the traditional way to a newer, fan-friendly, or I guess worldwide version of it. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, but this for me, it's nonsense. So Lethwei has been, doing some waves before. Not some waves, but it's been having some attention on some medias before I came in. And then when we came in, we started like doing and developing in Japan, and I had talking to go to New Zealand and many things. So we really kicked it off like strongly last year in 2017, because it was nonstop. And the world has never been more aware in 2017 than ever before. And it's not because of the small events that WLC did during that. They did, I think, 4 events, we did over 6 last year. So it's just, for me, the statement of saying we need to change our culture, we need to change our tradition in order to appeal to the world, that's complete bullshit. Because first of all, if you have to change for people, then you're not yourself. We should never sell out. People that truly love the sport will come and will watch it. You don't have to change for anybody. It's cool, and the biggest selling point of Lethwei is because it's knockout only to win, bare knuckle, and with headbutts. You take away the knockout only to win, it just becomes another striking sport that's brutal, but still it takes away the cool of it. So I'm very strongly against the adding a scoring system. So that's basically to answer your question. They want to add they added a scoring system to their Lethwei events. Lethwei I don't consider it Lethwei very much, because now it's like Muay Thai with headbutts. It's not cool, and it's just it goes against the whole tradition. I believe that the ancient warriors right now would be rolling in their tomb, because like, fuck, what are you guys doing? It's a bit how you say that, like you sell your soul a bit, oh, okay guys, please come see us. First of all, Lethwei is older than Muay Thai, for those that know, or let's say it's the same age. Let's say 2,000 years old. Let's say it's just the same age. And Muay Thai, what they did is with the tourism, they added gloves, because it's pretty much from the same, Indo-Chinese roots of very aggressive sport. And Muay Baran is with bare knuckle as well, and with headbutts as well. But what Muay Thai did is they added gloves, removed the headbutts, and added a scoring system to be more appealing to the world. Right now, since the UFC doesn't allow headbutts, since the UFC added small gloves, the only fucking cool sport in the world is Lethwei. That is raw like this. You take away this knockout only to win, which is controversial, I'll admit. You take away that, it's not. It just become another striking sport. I want to stay raw. I want to stay brutal. I want to stay different. That's what makes us different. Of course, we have the headbutts and everything, but like if they start doing this, where do you draw the line? Where do you draw the line? Where's it gonna end? Okay, next up, maybe we have maybe a chance to go to do a show in Nevada. Maybe we should remove the headbutts. Mm-hmm. So where do you draw the line? So it's called the Yao Yar tradition, meaning knockout only to win in Myanmar and Burmese, and that's why it's been cool. That's why so many media talk about Lethwei. That's why it's cool, and people don't seem to understand. And I want to educate people that the reason why it got so exponential, it got so popular within the last year, it's because it was different. If it was another Kun Kimmer or like another fight similar to Muay Thai, it wouldn't get as much media. Let's say tomorrow, John, you fight Lethwei, you get worldwide media talking about you. I can get New York Post, anybody is shit. Okay, it's crazy. But if you fight Muay Thai, you're just another Falang that fights Muay Thai. It's so that's my opinion, and not only my opinion, actually, a lot of people agree that you shouldn't touch traditions like this.
So you're saying that it can become like a domino effect if they start taking away one aspect of the art of Lethwei, that they're going to take away everything and they're just going to strip it, and it won't be traditional and it won't be what Lethwei originally was.
But you're right, exactly. I don't know how long that could take, but it's a possibility, because where do you draw the line? Already right now, it's not traditional, because I love the show aspect of it. They're backed up by ONE FC, which I respect deeply. ONE FC, they do a great job, but the fact of adding a scoring system removes the shark. When I fight Lethwei and I see the blood, I want to go for the KO. I want to go for like just more blood. Whatever happened, I just want to draw the blood. So, but if you just want to score points, like in Muay Thai, a lot of fights end up in decisions, which I don't like. And most of decisions, even in MMA, are disputed. They're hated. It's controversial. It's never a thing. It's never a thing. When I made videos about Lethwei, I explained that even my grandma can understand it. If the two guys are standing up at the end of the fight, it's a draw. That's true, and even like what they did last event in WLC, they went even further. They gave the win to the Burmese champion, the defending champion, but he was all bloody, all fucked up, excuse my language. And the Ukrainian challenger was, no joke, untouched, not even one scratch in his face. So and they gave the win to the Burmese bloody fighter. Like, how does that make sense? So, and that's what I'm saying. If you start putting scoring system, you will see even more biased decision like this, and it's going to become a red corner organization. It's going to become, it's going to destroy the beauty of Lethwei, which is the strongest man wins. If you want to take away the belt, you have to knock him out. If you lose the belt, you lose the champion title. That's it. And you give sanctions if the guy becomes they become too passive, they become too avoiding of the fight, because I agree that there's a chance that if you with a knockout only to win, there's a chance that the champion becomes avoiding of the fight in order to keep the title, right? That's a possibility. But you have to engage the fighters and make sure that they fight. It's just I'm very passionate, as you can see, about this. It's you cannot take away the tradition like this. It's too beautiful. It's too unique. I mean, that's what makes us different. That's what makes us so brutal.
Speaking of the champion of the WLC, you fought him in the past.
It was my first. Yeah, it was my first Lethwei event, and they were sending me there to lose because on paper I had 10 Muay Thai fights, and no titles. And I just went there. They lied on my record. They said I had over 50 Muay Thai fights because they're like, who's that guy? I go there and I basically did the same thing as his last fight with the Ukrainian guy. He didn't touch me, and I disfigured him. And and it was a draw. I dominated, but I respect that I didn't knock him out. It was a draw, but I disfigured him. That's what I'm happy. Again, the Myanmar fans don't care about the result in a way. Of course, they love to see an knockout, but they want to see a heart, and they want to see blood. So that's why I don't care about the decision. And if you look at MMA, if it goes to the distance, it's always, oh, I should have won. I hate that shit. I hate I should have won, or I did more take. No, you knock him out, or you don't. Simple as that.
You've been receiving a lot of hate from, a lot of the top, Lethwei fighters. But the fans love you. How do you handle the hate from the fighters? Because, number one, the fighters usually respect the other fighters more than the fans would respect the fighters. How do you handle that?
To be honest, I think it's, hate is love. Also hate is a bit of jealousy. I have the title. The two main guys, the two guys that were a bit discrediting is because I won this belt, and the other one is he used to have my belt, in 2014. So two previous Openweight world champion, and they said in the interviews that the champion should be Myanmar, and I told them that I play better their national sport, which is Lethwei, and I play better chin loan, which is like kicking the ball, and in Myanmar, and that they didn't like, and this, it's just for me it's an insult because I really did dedicate my life to the sport, and it doesn't matter what's the color of my skin or if I'm born, what's my passport. I'm more involved than any champion has ever been into the sport, and I really took it very deeply when they said that it should be Burmese. All the fans they all say it doesn't matter if you're Burmese as long as you support and you love the sport, and that's what it is. I don't care, to be honest, about what they think. They're not the one paying my bills and paying my checks. Am I getting my purse? It's the fans. So if the fans love me, the stadiums are full, I'm getting my paper, so that's what counts. But it's like I said, hate is jealousy or in love in a way. The more a quote that I love is the more by Darren Hardy, the Success Magazine founder. He said, "I want to have as much hater as possible because for every haters you have like two lovers, two fans. So I'm never my goal." He said that's what my goal is to get as many haters as possible. So that's a good, it's pretty cool. My goal is to get as many haters as possible because you'll get like 20 times more fans. So it's cool to hear. It's cool to know.
It seems like you're heading, you're jumping in head first. You're going to move. You and your wife are going to move to Yangon. You guys are going to start a new promotion. You guys are going to jump in, and you're more involved in kind of keeping the tradition alive than these, Burmese fighters, which is kind of sad to say. They're they're all fighting for the WLC, which is a promotion that's trying to change Lethwei, and you're trying to keep the tradition. Isn't it sad in a way?
Very sad. That's what I said in one of my posts. I said, I'm not even born in Myanmar, but I care more about your traditional sport than you do. And that's funny. But again, I have to understand and be a bit empathize. Like I was not lucky enough, but I worked in a way that I was able to brand myself, market myself well enough to be able to not jump to the first come first. You know, they I think they're looking for money. You know, if you don't make a lot of money, you look for the first option possible to fight, and WLC gave them maybe a couple of multi-fight contract, and but ultimately most fighters, not only Lethwei fighters, most fighters in Muay Thai, kickboxing, it's very rare you see a guy that has a vision that just, you know, I'm gonna do this and that's it. You see guys jumping from promotion to promotion just because, you know, they lack vision. So I think I cannot, you know, and again, they don't have the same, they're not born in the same country as, and I have to understand that, you know, a couple $1,000 makes a big difference for them. So I can't hate them for that, but I just hope that deep down they want to keep the tradition alive, because again, I don't want to start again, but that's the true beauty of Lethwei, and that's our selling point, and that's why it's been popular. So yeah, but again, they jump into those promotions for those reasons.
I want to talk about Lethwei Tuesday, your online tutorials that you've been putting out. You've got MMA fighters, conditioning coaches, you've got all, you know, Muay Thai guys on there showing them how to basically, if they need to street fight, you know, how to do it.
Or Lethwei.
Yeah,
or Lethwei.
Yeah, Lethwei. But you know, you said Lethwei. I've seen you say Lethwei is kind of very close to a street fight, right? It's like whoever's standing last is the winner. So
well said.
Lethwei Tuesday. Where did that come from? Why did you start doing that? And are you gonna just keep going and going with it?
Yeah, just to go on what you said, because I was told, and I was quoted in one of my interviews, and I loved it when fans said, you know, exactly, Lethwei is the closest I can get to a street fight without going to jail. So, and if I look back on some of the brawls that I'm not too proud of when I was younger in the bar, with a lot of crowded people, you know, like we're talking about the most realistic way possible, you know, like in a lot of people in a bar. It doesn't happen a big double leg, like for, you know, I was right on the bar, guys were there, smash the headbutt, you know, goes on the floor, maybe a knee to the face, and that's it, or just it continues. But in close quarters, I pretty much was doing Lethwei while I was in you know, in my youth. So and that's what it is, and it's raw. You can, you know, it's just, you can rake the knuckles, you can headbutt, you can put your whole hand in the face. It's just very very raw. But Lethwei Tuesday was a way for me to promote, or like put out there the content, because again, I said in my seminars, there's nothing written for Lethwei. There's no book in English, and even in Burmese it must be hard to find with actual techniques. So we're pretty much rewriting everything about Lethwei, about the curriculum. You know, we're pretty much I'm basically writing a curriculum like this for the whole world, which is I'm very, very happy. I take it very seriously. I don't take it lightly, and it's Lethwei world for me. I think I know video is king right now. That's what's cool. Like everybody want to watch videos. Patience is like, the attention of the viewers is very hard to get. So a video is more fast paced, and it's a way to document my learnings and my trainings. So with Lethwei Tuesday, we can. It was a way for everybody to see. They can share. Boom! It goes worldwide. You know, we attracted over 100,000 people. An average, you know, from more than that, sometimes less, but an average 100,000 people weekly. So it's pretty fun to see that people love Lethwei, love the brutality of that. And I get all my friends, you know, from ONE FC, from UFC, from all the, you know, Muay Thai champions to embrace this culture. So and everybody loves it. So I'm pretty happy. We're already at our 24th episode already. So yeah, I'm going to keep going strong, and hopefully I can now we're going to be moving in Myanmar next month. So we're going to be doing it in the home of Lethwei, the birthplace of Lethwei, Myanmar.
For sure. I watch every single one of them. My favorite
Nice.
one was the one with the neck.
Which
The
one?
neck strikes. Strengthening your
neck.
neck. Yeah. Crazy. I love that one. That was my favorite.
Nice. I had some marks the next day. It's good pain. You have to learn to love the pain, I say.
You recently also went to during the winter time. You went back to Canada. You did a bunch of seminars, and
yes,
you had a good turnouts. How did they receive this style in Canada?
Very happy, very surprised that everybody was. I had a very short amount of time, but we managed to do 10 seminars in like 2-3 weeks while seeing the family with the holidays. But very humbly, I was told, most people told me that it's the best seminar they've held at their gym. So very, very like touched by these words. So I guess when you bring something a bit different, so Lethwei makes you think more, and they love the think outside the box. And like I always say that in order to be different, you have to train differently. So if you go try to do a Thai style and you go in a fight Sanchai, you're gonna probably lose by point. You have to bring something else to the table. So for everybody, those seminars or those training touches everybody that wants to be a bit different. They can bring that either to Lethwei or they can bring it to their own fighting discipline.
For sure. Before I let you go, I just wanted to ask you, what are your plans? Of course, you're moving to Myanmar, but what are your plans for 2018? Title defenses, other things.
Yeah. For now, like I said, I'm focusing on my move and opening our training center in Myanmar, the first Lethwei training center in Myanmar. So that's going to be it's going to be pretty cool. And for title defense, we're looking at some potential opponents. Again, it's hard to get the guys that are willing to step in the ring bare knuckle with headbutts. It's not Karchuk. It's not like Thai fight. We're just only tape. And it's unforgiving. You get one jab and you get cut. So the guys are a bit resistant, but it's cool. Like we had a good. The last fight was in December, and looking forward to jump in the ring pretty soon. There's an event in Japan in June, and we're looking at an opponent right now. So it's gonna be cool.
Sounds good. Thanks, Dave, for your time, man. I always look forward to talking with you and hearing what's going on. You are making history for yourself, for the sport, and interviewing you is kind of an honor for me because I kind of get to speak with a legend.
I appreciate it, and you know what? We'll get you on the Lethwei Tuesday one day.